Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the first time watching and review series. And in today's video we return to the Friday the 13th franchise. In today's video we watch Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. It's crazy to think of this already at this installment. Like, it still feels like a week ago I started watching the franchise, but it's gone by really fast, basically what I'm trying to say. And yeah, already Part 7, we've already watched 6 movies, we've already got those down. So yeah, it's quite exciting. I'm very excited to watch this one today as well. This one's no exception. A bit like Jason Lives, Zombie Jason is back, and for this film actually, in particular, his design for me personally looks the best. Favourite Jason design today actually. I think, yeah, it's better than every other version of Jason in terms of design wise. But anyways, let's quickly grab the collection, which is up here as usual. Here it is. Turn it over, so we watched all of that. And then these two. Let's watch Part 7 today, so let's read the description. What chance does a telekinetic teenage girl have against a maniacal serial killer with a machete? Return to Crystal Lake to find out if you dare. Pretty basic description, but that's pretty much what they all are in this box set, if I'm being honest. So I'm not expecting a full detailed paragraph at this point. I'm pretty used to it, but yeah, as I said, can't wait to watch this. Jason looks so good in this film, so without further ado, let's get it in the player. It's crazy to think about, because now I just realised we've basically gone to the last disc in this box set. We've gone through all of these discs. Crazy still. I can't believe that. And now we're on the last disc of this set. I mean, after this, it's literally one more film in this set, and that is Jason Takes Manhattan. So we've gone through this set pretty quickly. I would say that for sure. So let's take the disc out. I'm expecting a similar layout to the other disc. So yeah, it is like the last disc where it's the same layout with two films and you just select which one you want to watch. I weirdly like the artwork for Jason in Part 7, like the way she's holding the knife is pretty funny. We have the scene selections, so it's always I quickly go through these just to see how many actual scenes there are. 15, okay, that's actual one less than Jason Lives. But yeah, guess without further ado, let's watch Part 7, The New Blood. See you after the film.
This is the one you've been waiting for.
What's happening to me?
Your psychokineses and these delusions.
No, you're not listening to me!
The one you've been asking for.
Hey, Tina, isn't this the way they wear their jackets back in the mental hospital?
Concentrate. Concentrate, Tina!
The one you've been dying for.
You people give me the creeps.
Okay, you big hunk of a man, come and get me.
Jason is back. But this time, someone is waiting.
Jason?
Tina, don't go in there!
Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood.
There goes the neighborhood.
And just like that, another Friday the 13th film done. Like, that is really, really fast. What did I think of this one? Well, it was good. I did enjoy it still. Like, Zombie Jason, as always, carried the entertainment and offered the great kills. There were a lot of good kills in this film actually, and Jason in this film, man, I don't think we've actually ever seen him that pissed. He was really, really annoyed in this film. His design going into this film, I knew it would be my favourite, and it still is. That design was fantastic. Loved the effects that they put onto Kane Hodder to make him look as real as possible. Starting off this review for the film, I'd just like to start by saying this film just genuinely, and I mean genuinely, gave us, casually gave us the best Jason design in live action form in cinema, and decided it was too good to ever come back again. And that just really, really frustrates and bugs me. So yeah, like, what a design Jason had in this film. I've spoken about it pretty much like every 5 seconds in this video, I'm pretty sure. It's just how good it is. Jason in this film is easily at his peak in design. The zombie, not only is like the zombie design there, but it's also like, he's like a rotting corpse, a rotting walking corpse. And this is when he truly is like the peak of his zombie design. Like, you literally see his skeleton underneath his skin. His mask is, you know, tattered. You can see his spinal cord, you can see his bones, you can see his teeth, his like mouth. Has a literal chain around his neck, and also just has tattered clothes that he's wearing. That is like literally peak design. The artists and, you know, makeup artists and people who actually thought up of this design for Jason in this film really deserve the pay rise, because, or extra pay, because they did exceptional on this design. 37 years on, it still remains for me, in my opinion, the best Jason design ever in live action form. But anyways, actually beginning in the review, instead of me saying how good the design is in this film, Part 7 is a fun watch. It's nothing I'm not really used to at this point in the Friday franchise. Same setting, same basis characters, and our favourite hero, Jason. The only difference here being this time is the inclusion of a telekinetic girl, who will serve as Jason's most annoying obstacle yet. But yes, it's even more annoying than Tommy, in my opinion. I mean, Tommy was good. He did provide some, you know, frustration for Jason, especially in Part 6. But in this film, you've literally got a teenage girl who literally can move things with her mind. That is a bit more and the next level than what Tommy can do. Don't you think? Jason is more of a beast than ever in this film, with electrical shocks, gunshots, flames, and house explosions, just some of the things that he can endure throughout this film. I love the fact that we get to see him properly unmasked, alive since Part 4. Yes, I know technically we saw his face in Part 6, but he was dead before he got the mask. So when he's alive and walking about, you actually see his face and his facial expressions. First time, as I said, since Part 4, so it's been 3 movies to get this back. And his face in this film, when not wearing his hockey mask, is brilliant. Like, it is gruesomely brilliant, like the rest of his design in this film, as I've mentioned so many times before. But it genuinely is like a proper good look for Jason, especially at this point in the franchise. The zombie details on his face are really well done, and he also looks so pissed. Like, you actually see his facial expressions. Like, he is not messing around at this point. In the third act especially, whenever he's on screen with Tina towards the end, he is actually genuinely pissed. He really wants to kill Tina. Tina is like no other foe he's faced before in the franchise. So he's like breathing really heavily. He's got his face in like a angry little like you know, glare. He's really pissed. As I said, if you just watch the film and you'll understand what I'm talking about. He really is pissed in this film, and I really like that detail actually. And another detail to add to that, you know, expression and like feel to show that he's annoyed, is the fact that he literally grabs his chain around his neck and just rips it off. That's straight metal there. That is really, it's a really nice touch actually. And the Kane Hodder, who's it's his first film as Jason actually, this film, I'm pretty sure. So he did a great job as Jason in his debut as the famous, you know, Crystal Lake Killer. The kills in this film were standard franchise stuff that we're used to, you know, seeing at this point, but they weren't as cool as the previous film, if I'm being honest, but they were still funny. There was another chest punch kill where Jason just, you know, effortlessly punches through a person's chest. That was fun to see, and that's probably one of my favourite kills from Zombie Jason. They're always fun to see, and just displays his raw strength and how much power he actually has. Plot story-wise, it was good because it was different, taking a different turn from previous entries. It focuses on a trauma-impacted telekinetic teenager who accidentally releases Jason from his underwater prison, which I liked because it was something new and fresh, and we needed that, especially 7 films into the Friday the 13th franchise. And it worked because, obviously, it was new, it was different, it was a creative turn. And it also gets you to sort of sympathise with her as well, the character, as the film goes along, because it only gets more tragic. She literally already has lost her dad by killing him accidentally as a child, but then she goes on to lose her mom, Tina, so it's pretty tragic, honestly. So it does get you to sympathise with her, which I kind of liked. But yeah, she was a good character. She's probably possibly my favourite final girl in the Friday the 13th franchise. Maybe, for now. I'm sticking to it for now, but yeah. But when it comes to the film's problems though, some stick out like a sore thumb, and unfortunately, while there are fantastic stuff in this film, like Jason's design and Tina, the problems do stick out, as I said. So some parts of this film just seem very empty. Starting off with my problems, and this is where it struggles to balance out things, which ultimately leads to it being boring at times. You get some like nice kill from Jason, and then it cuts to just random teenagers having sexual intercourse. Like, it's a bit I know it's Friday the 13th, but like, surely they would have been smart enough to fix that problem by this point. Alongside that is an extremely rushed ending, which is something I've noticed as a recurring issue in a couple of Friday films. It usually goes from the final character facing off against Jason in a dramatic conclusion. Something that happens usually with Jason dying or getting sent to the bottom of the lake, and then after it immediately just cuts to them in the aftermath with no background or context whatsoever. Like, Jason literally dies or gets sent to the bottom of the lake, and then literally as soon as that happens, it cuts. Like, there's no like any dialogue after that or anything. It just cuts straight to the aftermath, and that I just really dislike. Like, I really wish they would have, especially with Tina, they would have put like a extra scene in, maybe with maybe her talking to the ghost of her dad, especially after summoning him again from the bottom of the lake to drag Jason back down. It would have been nice to get a scene like that, just talking to her dad once more. But no, it was rushed. So it's the ending just could have been so much better. It was a bit wasted in my opinion. I probably am being pretty picky, but I do think there would have been a chance to see a better ending. I guess at this point I should be expecting this in the franchise, but no matter how many times it comes, I still can't help but feel a little bit disappointed. Like, it's Jason. Jason's a very cool slasher character, and for his films to end like that, come on, man. There's so much better you could do with the film. Well, there we go, guys. There's my review on Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. There was a lot of probably like criticism towards this one, but at the same time I felt like really positive things as well from this film. So it's a mixed bag. I'd honestly give it still a 3.5 out of 5 stars as my final rating, and a 7 out of 10. There's more good things than bad things for me in the end, so ultimately that leads to me giving it that rating. Again, Jason's design, pure brilliant. Tina Shepherd, very good character, and the kills were, as always, very, very fun. So yeah, that is definitely for me the right rating to give it, and the best decision I could make in this film. But anyway, yeah, after this film, there's only one film left to watch in my Friday the 13th box set, which is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which we'll be covering next time. But that is surreal. How did this happen so quickly? I still remember starting the box set, watching the first film, and then now we're getting on to that final film. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. Stay tuned for the next first time watching video, of course, which is Part 8. And then we'll move on to Part 9, and then Jason X, because I do have those on physical media, so that will allow me to watch the franchise. It's just Freddy vs. Jason and the remake I don't have, but I'm sure I'll find a way to watch those. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Once again, if you did enjoy, please remember considering giving it a like, and comment down below what you think of this film, if you've seen it or not. And yeah, until next one, bye bye.